Hello everybody and welcome to another Nephilim Builds. Today we're going to purify the Blight as Lily from Ender Lily's Quietus of the Nights. As always, keep in mind that these videos are about capturing the spirit of the character rather than capturing their abilities perfectly. With that said, let's start with the ability scores. We'll start with the 15 in Intelligence. Now, hear me out. I know she loses her memory, but the Umbral Knight tells her to wield his power as her own, and we can assume the same goes for her other spirits. This means that she calls them out strategically rather than them simply acting on their own. Therefore, she must be pretty smart. Next will be the 14 in Dexterity. There's a lot of dodging in this game. After that is the 13 in Wisdom. Some of these enemies can sneak up on you. We'll put the 12 in Constitution, taking in the Blight can do a number on you, and after that is the 10 in Charisma. She's adorable, but not a talker. We'll dump Strength because she's a child. For race, she's the clone of someone I'm pretty sure was a human, so we'll take Variant Human, putting our +1s into Intelligence and Wisdom, picking Perception for our skill, and taking the Magic Initiate feat. We'll take Detect Poison and Disease from Druid, since not much else works, but more importantly we'll take Thorn Whip for the Executioner's Hook and Primal Savagery for Ulv. We'll also speak Common and Celestial, but honestly take whatever she doesn't really speak at all. For background, we're going to make a custom one, taking History and Religion for skills, though that'll be more from the Umbral Knight, and we'll speak Infernal and Abyssal. Or again, whatever you want. For class, we're going to start as a Life Domain Cleric. She is the White Priestess. We'll be proficient in Wisdom and Charisma saving throws, take Insight and Medicine for skills, and be proficient with all armor, shields, and simple weapons. At level 1, we'll get Disciple of Life. Next, we're going to multiclass to Wizard. Look, let's face it, Lily does two things: heal and purify. What we're really making here is her spirits. At level 1 we'll get Arcane Recovery, and at level 2 we'll get our Arcane Tradition. We're going to take the Lorehold Mage from Unearthed Arcana, getting Ancient Companion. This is going to be our main melee spirit, whether that's the Umbral Knight, Julius, or Silva. At level 4 we'll get an ability score improvement, which we'll put into Intelligence, and at level 6 we'll get Lessons of the Past. At level 8 we'll get another ability score improvement, which will cap our Intelligence. Lastly, at level 10 we'll get War Echoes. Next we're going to multiclass to Fighter, gaining proficiency in all weapons. At level 1 we'll get Second Wind and our fighting style, which will be Superior Technique, taking Lunging Attack for our maneuver for the Fallen Sentinel. This build is very flavor heavy if you haven't guessed. At level 2 we'll get Action Surge, and at level 3 we'll get our Martial Archetype, taking Echo Knight for Manifest Echo, which we can position behind enemies for the Dark Executioner. At level 4 we'll get another ability score improvement, which we'll put into Dexterity. At level 5 we'll get Extra Attack, and at level 6 we'll get another ability score improvement, which we'll also put into Dexterity. We're going to stop here, which means we finally have our modifiers. Now to talk spells. As a Cleric and a Wizard, our spellcasting abilities are Wisdom and Intelligence. Our spell save DCs are 16 and 19, and our spell attack modifiers are +8 and +11. As a level 11 spellcaster, we have 4 first level slots, 3 second, third, and fourth level slots, 2 fifth level slots, and 1 sixth level slot. Starting with Cleric, we'll have 3 cantrips to choose from, which will be Light, Resistance, and Guidance since we don't need anything. We'll automatically get Cure Wounds and Bless from Life Cleric, and we'll have 3 spells to choose from. We'll take Ceremony and Protection from Evil and Good because we have to take something, and Guiding Bolt for Julius's Last Rite at higher levels. For Wizard spells, we'll have 5 cantrips to choose from. We'll take Firebolt for Elaine, Poison Spray for the Fungal Sorcerer, Sword Burst for Sigrid, Thunderclap for Silva, and True Strike to fill the spot. From Lorehold, we'll get Knock for Unlock, Speak with Dead to hear the last thoughts of the Blighted, and Destructive Wave for Garrett's Last Rite, as well as Locate Object, Spirit Guardians, Arcane Eye, Stone Shape, and Legend Lore as extras. As a level 10 Wizard, we'll have 24 spells to choose from, assuming we don't scribe any. We'll take Earth Tremor for the One-Eyed Royal Aegis, Expeditious Retreat for Julius's Dash, and False Light for either the Soiled Prayer Beads or Royal Aegis Crest, depending on what level you cast it. Jump will be the Vibrant Plume, Longstrider will be the Spellbound Anklet, and Mage Armor is just necessary for any Wizard. Magic Missile can be the Western Merchant, Shield is Fredia's Ring, and Thunder Wave is Garrett. Cloud of Daggers will be the Chief Guardian, Dust Devil is the Floor Sorceress, and Scorching Ray will be Phaedon. Shatter can be either the Cliffside Hamlet Youth or Elder depending on what level you cast it, while Spider Climb is the Bloody Knight's Claws, and Web is the Elder Crypt Keeper. Erupting Earth and Melf's Minute Meteors will be Silva and Elaine's Last Rites. Phantom Steed will summon the horse, and Remove Curse will be what we use to purify the Blight. Yes, it's more of a disease than a curse, but we don't have enough Cleric levels to get greater restoration. We'll take Summon Undead for the Castletown Maiden, because I didn't want to take 3 levels in Druid to get Summon Beast. Water Breathing will be the Witch's Bubble, and Stone Skin will be the Snowdrop Bracelet. Cloud Kill will be the Forsaken Fellworm, and lastly Steel Wind Strike will be the Umbral Knight's Last Rite. Going back to the main sheet, we'll take a component pouch for spellcasting, and a rapier because we need something for our Echo Knight and lunging attack. Just pretend you don't actually have it. Our AC with Mage Armor is 17, our movement speed is 30, and our average HP is 101 with 1d8, 6d10, and 10d6 hit dice. And with that, we are done. Moving forward, we really don't need anything else from Wizard. You could take your last 3 levels in Fighter to get Indomitable and 1 last ability score improvement, which you could use to either cap your dexterity or take the Martial Adept feat for the parry and riposte maneuvers for the Headless Defender. Hidden Test Subject 2 now? I would suggest the Tough feat, but Lily gets clobbered too easily for that. Alternatively, if you really hate using Summon Undead for a dog, then use those levels to take Beastmaster Ranger. You can even take the Archery Fighting Style and a Longbow for the Fallen Archer. Though let's get real here, you'll have way better ranged options. The only other spirits I didn't mention are the Verboten Champion, which could just be an alternative to Primal Savagery, and the Incompetent Sinner, which could just be dashing underwater. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this video down in the comments, and I'll see you all next week when I make Emiya from the Fate series.